Jeez Louise, I got kind of teary-eyed watching it. The Last Guardian is not dead. In fact, it's supposedly coming out in 2016, and to me, it looks as fun as ever. It also looked very similar to the previous trailers we've seen for it.
It looked like the trailer from 2007.
But 2009. But I'm just happy it's coming out. It looks great. I've liked the other games that studio has done, Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and this is supposed to be the third and last one in a very loose trilogy. And I can't wait to see it. The gameplay to me looked very natural. There's one spot where it shows the boy jumping to Tico after he pushes that weird like stained glass eye thing off. And earlier in that demo, they show the boy jumping, and Tico reaches down and grabs him with his mouth. And in the other section, where things are crumbling, he goes to jump, and Tico goes to grab him, and it looks like a canned animation, and he misses, and he's falling. But what you don't take into account is the tail swinging underneath, and he grabs onto the tail. So it, like I said, I don't know if organic or realistic is the right word, but it doesn't look like there's these set mechanics necessarily. It looks like you can kind of work with what's happening in the environment. You know, the fact that he can miss you, but you can still grab the tail and climb up his back.
Well, I mean, we kind of predicted it, at least when it was a minor story a few months ago, that Sony re-upped the trademark for Last Guardian. The only reason they would do that if the game was going to come out still. Well, otherwise, why would you protect the trademark? I think this is cool. Obviously, that it was vaporware, and it still is until it comes out, as far as I'm concerned. My big concern is that this is a game that's been developing since 2007. We first saw it a couple years after that. So we saw gameplay footage that, for all intents and purposes, could have been the same shit they've had for 6 years laying around.
I think it looks a little bit better.
But it's the same environment of all the videos we've seen going back years and years. And that sort of decrepit, raised up, like the bridges, that shit's the same stuff.
That's going to be the entire environment.
Oh, see, I didn't know that was the entire environment.
Just like in Ico, you spend the entire time escaping from one large puzzle-filled castle. In this, it's basically you're escaping with the Guardian, with Tico, from a crumbling tower. I mean, that's how these games work.
You're not going to be flying with him at all? At all?
I'm done.
He's got wings.
Yes.
So the bullshit thing about this, besides you're in one environment, is going to be the fact that this is only going to be on PS4, not PS3. This bothers me just because I knew people that had a PS3 that were so stoked for this game to come out. Way back when they first talked about this, when I was in New Jersey, still living in New Jersey back in like 2007, 2008, when they heard about this, they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be fantastic, PS3 exclusive." Then they push it back to 2011. Then they fucking cancel it. Then they might murmurs it comes back. Then they say it's canceled again. Then last year they say no, we're still developing it. So this is gonna be on PS3. It looks like. And it could be on PS3. There's no reason why it couldn't be on PS3. They want to push aside the PS3. These companies want to push aside their old consoles, but I think it's a disservice to the fan base that's been waiting for this forever.
They need to move forward, and the fan base who wants it has a PS4.
Not everyone.
And I'm getting tired of the argument that they shouldn't make a cut. You need to make a cut at some point so you can actually show people why they bought a PS4 and show them the power. And you say it looks like a PS3 game, and it does in spots, but that does not mean it's not going to get pushed and polished before it's released.
Well, then I would say you want to show people the new console reason to own it, then you do a current gen game, not a previous generation game that's been around for 7 years in development. 8 years in development. To me, that's the wrong approach. That's like saying, okay, we're going to save Duke Nukem Forever for the Xbox One. We're not going to have them come out in 360. It's like, why would you do that? You've been developing this thing forever.
Yeah, but then by that argument, it should have come out on all the old PC systems that it was being developed for back in the day.
No, because it's just the one that's... PS3 is not dead. You can still buy PS3 games. They're still making PS3 games. They're still making PS3 systems.